Hello, my name is Risako Koga. I'm 21 and currently I'm a junior at Keio University, Faculty of Law, Department of Political Science. I was born in Japan, but when I was 5 years old, the family moved to Chicago, the western suburbs of Chicago. So I had to spend my elementary years in a predominantly white community. Oh, not necessarily. I did feel like I was special because the number of Asians were so small, but they took me in. Well, I'm Japanese, but again, I'm Chicago. I lived in Chicago for nearly 13 years. So Chicago is Chicago's where it's at. Yeah, yeah. It's Chicago taught me English, made me the person that I am now. I would definitely say that Chicago is the most important city in my life. Professionally, I started tutoring during high school, and currently I still continue to teach. I currently teach at a cram school. I've become better at teaching students, and I've seen their English grow, and I've also seen them getting accepted into high schools and colleges. My first year at high school, and the high school that I went to, it's called Keio Academy of New York, and it was my first time living in a dormitory, living away from the family, and the first few months I got homesick. I was constantly calling my parents, calling the family, and yeah, that was the most difficult months because everything was so new. I was in a completely new environment, and I had to cope with it by myself. I just felt really excluded at times, and it was difficult for me. I become more and more responsible for my actions, and I've had many experiences that a normal teenager, a normal high school student cannot experience. Those 4 years definitely made me grow as a person. Um, it was the moment right after graduation. Graduation ceremony ended. I just had this sudden flashback of the 4 years and like the what I had to go through, and just to have gone through it all and accomplish the 4 years. It was satisfying for me, knowing that I was able to go through it. And I'm currently on a triathlon team at my school. Well, triathlon consists of three sports: the swim, bike, run. In high school, I was on the cross country team, the cross country running team, and the swim team. I worked at the local park district, and one of the trainers was a triathlete, and he's raced in several national championships, and he introduced me to the sport. It's different from other sports because it is consisted of three different disciplines, and every triathlete has his or her strengths and weaknesses, and you can see that during each portion of the race, which is really interesting. It's obviously a physically demanding sport, but it's also a mentally demanding sport. Like I said, each triathlete has his or her strengths and weaknesses, and for me, I'm a horrible cyclist, so I rarely pass people on the bike portion, so the bike portion it's just mentally hard. On the mental aspect, that's something that only people who have experienced triathlon can say, and plus it's a sport where you can instantly tell whether if you practice or not because time shows. I love the sport now. Yeah, I just like to travel a lot and just explore the world. And practicing for a triathlon, that lets me do that. So I will definitely consider continuing the sport. I definitely thought I would continue going to a local high school, and then after that going to college in the States. But I moved back to Japan, and and right now I just started job hunting, and I'm probably gonna be working in Japan. Series of events occurred, and I'm here now, and yeah, it is what it is. My biggest goal would be to succeed in job hunting. But other than that, I just hope to again YOLO. So you only live once. You only live once, so you might as well do what you want to do, and not regret it, and spend my life doing things that I can only do at that time during that semester, and before I actually become a working citizen.